Hi everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everywhere, wherever you guys are watching us from. Welcome to another session. We have something very interesting today for you. Um, we have someone very, very special all the way from Austria. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of posters about who it is. And just imagine the kind of music and videos that he ends up putting up. It's so inspiring. You guys need to check them out. He's a very inspiring person. You need to know. I mean, I think most of you might be knowing this song called Old MacDonald Had a Farm. I think a lot of us have heard this song even when we were little, and we've done like yeah, 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 and back there and all those things. But imagine that same song with different kind of music styles in the background, say metal, say country or hip hop, and these kind of styles of music. Can you imagine that song in that way? I mean, it is so extraordinary for us to hear that song which we've been listening since childhood, right? And this is done by our extraordinary father Sandesh Manuel. We have him with us today, and I should call him a rapper exactly as well. So, welcome, Father. We are very grateful to have you with us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Father, it is really a pleasure for us to have you with us today. I mean, there's so much that we have been looking on, and we've been inspired by the fact how you do so many music and how you come up with these this composing thing of the lyrics and the message that you're conveying out of these music. It's very, very inspiring. I mean, it's something that we all need to learn. Like, we're not used to coming up with such things. We hear rap music, of course, but when it comes to really putting it down with pen and paper, it's not very easy. And it's really nice to see how you come up with these things. So congratulations, Father. I mean, we heard your new video today on Failure, which was very nice. Congratulations. It was a beautiful one. We all loved it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Father, I mean, if I have to now ask you, you are a priest, and from being a priest, you have set your foot into being an artist, a YouTuber, you're a musician, you're a painter. How has this journey been for you? Like, what have you gone through since the time you were young till now to reach this stage?
Okay, let me introduce myself. I'm really happy to be here this evening with you all, guys. Actually, it's my first live video in my life. I don't usually do live videos, so thanks to the crew, the World Dance crew. Yeah, I think it'll be nice that I share something about my journey, about from where I come. So I come from South India, and yeah, just like a normal boy, as a 17-year-old boy, I had many questions in life about who is God, where is God, is there God at all? I was a little bit philosophical. That's the age of after puberty, everybody starts questioning, right? Okay. Then I thought, okay, that was too much, these thoughts in my mind. I wrote my entrance exam to be a doctor. Then I had to decide between that and then joining a seminary, because I wanted to take some time out to see, okay, if I join a seminary, I get some time where I can think about my life. And I joined the Franciscans because I belong to a Franciscan parish. Then I never looked back because it was so interesting for me, because St. Francis was such a lovely inspiration for me. I have St. Francis here.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
He was such an inspiration about how he loved Jesus. That blew me away, and it kept me also giving more energy. And yeah, I started to play the guitar as I was 17 after joining the seminary. Then music also actually accompanied me through my vocation to become a priest, and gave me courage day after day to continue to strengthen my vocation. And yeah, I was ordained in 2009. So it's been 11 years I'm a priest now, and 23 years a Franciscan. And then it's been about 6.5 years that I'm in Vienna. I was invited to work here and also to study. So right now I'm studying classical guitar.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
Classical guitar, the Conservatory of Music and Art,
Yeah.
and then I work in a church, Franciscan church in Vienna. And since I'm doing so much of music, I thought I should put it also as videos, and that's how I became a YouTuber. And it's been 2.5 years I'm doing YouTube videos.
Father, was there some inspiration you had from some artist or some other priest who probably were your inspiration to go by this line? What was your motivation to do all this?
Yeah, some things, you don't have answers for that. It was there in me. Perhaps my grandfather was a little bit of theater personality. He was a police officer and he did as a hobby. Probably he put into me, and also as an inspiration that I could play and sing in the mass, and that people felt happy that we sang as brothers, the Franciscans, together. So that kept on encouraging me, and I was a little bit so in love with my guitar that I listened to one CD in my childhood, classical guitar, and that stuck to my mind. And from that time, I've been really fascinated by this instrument, the guitar.
Okay. Father, how do you come up with such interesting topics like you have a song where old McDonald's had a farm, where you're doing a homily in a rap. So do you have a particular process as such, or do you have a team behind it?
Actually, yeah, it's one-man army because the
Okay.
community that I'm living here are the average age is about 87, no,
Oh,
78.
wow.
Yeah, it's 78 to 85, 87. So yeah, they don't know, also many of them don't know what's internet. Yeah. And
Oh,
one father asked me, how much, please send this mail to my friend in US, and he gave me 10 euros because a mail costs 10 euros. And I told him, no, father, it doesn't cost. So it's a different world. So as a young priest, I thought this platform is very important to come up with new ideas that young people like. So, but here
hmm.
is a very, very important thing that I want to say. I, if you see my videos, actually very less spiritual, religious worship videos as such. Okay, I can do
Yeah.
every day a spiritual song and put it across. But my goal is not to reach people who come to the church. They come to the church because they already believe. I want to
Yeah.
reach out to people who are my friends, who are in other faith, and I want to share my joy with them. The experience that I have with YouTube is when I post a video, they see the video, after 3 seconds, it goes down the graph because they see a habit, and then they don't want to do nothing with the church, nothing with the priest. They're completely put off. But this pedagogic method of with humor, with a little bit fun, with a little bit lightheartedness, with message in between, that is my thing that I want to. So that drives me to come up with new songs, with new ideas, with new videos.
And Father, do you have any interesting story that you would like to share with us with regards to any of your making of YouTube videos or anything like that?
um, yeah, once I was filming a video in the mountains. Yeah,
Okay.
in Austria. Austria has beautiful mountains, and one family was making a picnic there, and they were watching this whole episode of the cameraman filming me, and I was with this habit and with this Pokemon cap. They came to me and said, what you're doing is amazing, this beautiful song. Can you tell us where you bought this dress?
Oh,
And then I told them, no, I didn't buy this dress. This is my dress. Then they were really surprised. And, I come into conversations with people like who don't know anything to do with the church. So many camera people, so many musicians that I've
yeah.
met, just to have a conversation with them. They've never met a priest or a brother or something like that. So they find it very interesting.
Nice.
I was
And
once invited to a Halloween party. I went
Oh,
like this.
wow.
That
oh,
they
you
said
went
it's
like
such a
this.
cool dress. I
Oh my
said,
God.
it's not a dress. Me.
Okay, Father. And just wanted to know if you have any purpose behind making your videos. Like, is it just pure passion, or do you have any particular mission behind it?
First and foremost, I think you need to like to do what you're doing. And I
Mm-mm.
really love being a priest. Um, I really love being a Franciscan. And I really love being a human being. Yeah. And I try to combine this with music and art. I do also paint
Mm-mm.
and try to express my ideas through music, art, and videos. That is my main goal. And my inspiration is actually, yeah, we as Franciscans, we don't have to earn our food. We don't have
Mm-mm.
to work. I mean, in the sense of we get our food, we have a cloister or convent or a church to live in, so that we can think about how we can help people who are probably maybe a little on the lower side. So I use this time, I use this energy to help people, or even if you can put it, I just want to share joy and happiness around. And the second thing is also to share Jesus also, but my method is a little bit different than the direct method of, preaching or come on, convert right now. Yeah, hallelujah. Yeah, I'm also a charismatic guy, but my idea of pedagogic method, that's very important. And as I said, my goal is to reach out to people who have nothing to do with the church, or who find church is a humbug, who see and read media, and they have their own ideas about the church.
Correct. Correct. And have you faced any challenges as such during your journey of being an artist or a musician or a YouTuber?
I mean, to add on to that, Father, since you're rapping in church, I mean, was there anything that you had to face due to that?
I get many comments in YouTube's. Most of them are good, surprisingly. And last Sunday we had a live mass in Austria. It was telecasted live, and I sang rap, that same
Yes,
rap
Oh, okay.
for
it was
the
so good,
sermon.
Father. We
Yeah,
really loved it.
We saw that video.
yeah.
We didn't understand the
And
language, but there were subtitles in English that we were like reading, and we were like, okay, this is such a nice message.
It is so different.
And it was really surprising that all the elderly people, of 84-year-old lady wrote emails to the cardinal and told them, this is such a lovely thing. I think we need to introduce such things in the church, such
Right.
music in the church that people can pray and participate together. I think it was a good, but there are also so many, critics, like, why should a priest dance or sing? My question is, why can't I? Because I'm a human being, okay?
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
because I become a priest, I don't lose my
Mm.
humanness. And I'm not doing anything wrong to anybody. I'm just being myself. And I'm not even going and dancing and making fun of myself. I'm trying to send a message across that even priests are human beings. They are
Yeah.
not floating on air. They have to stay on the ground, and then only they can relate to people
Mm.
properly. So that is very Franciscan also, this message that I'm trying to give. So many people get little shock, but they need to slowly overcome it, because it cannot go on like this, that people are no more in that kind of age where they really respected a priest for everything.
yeah.
They respect every human being.
It's completely breaking that stereotype way of thinking of what a priest should do and not do, and showing a different side of what a priest is. Actually, he is also a human being, and he has all these talents that he probably plays guitar, he can rap. I mean, you're showcasing that, and it is a good thing, actually. Father, I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of viewers watching us right now, and we're talking about you rapping and how you've done this already. So, would you like to show us like a live demonstration for our viewers?
Okay, let me try. You guys are putting me in problem. But anyways, let me see. I will sing Failure, what I sang today.
Yes, so absolutely.
So I need to drink little water and come 1 second.
Yes, Father.
Sure,
Okay, so
Father.
before Father comes in, for all those who are joining in, so today Father released a new soundtrack today. It's called Failure. You can check it out on Instagram, Father Sandesh Manuel. You can even check it on YouTube, Sandesh Manuel. So you can go ahead and check this song because it's just released out today. I think just 5 hours or 6 hours back. So have a look at it. Have a look at the video. There's a lot of effort which goes into making videos. We as a
Yeah.
crew, we know it. So please go like, share, and subscribe it. And yes, we have Father ready for a live performance of his new single, Failure.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Father.
Failure, failure, failure. Think about the times that you just worked and failed. Didn't even try again, and you just bailed. Putting negative thoughts in your brain that you inhaled. Now you think that you're a loser, keep your lies detailed. But we're all human, so that means that we were born to fail. On the path to success, you can never expect a perfect trail. Didn't do your job correctly, that don't mean that you in pain. You never feel to seem happy, but that don't mean your life has failed. You can be great, you just gotta be thankful. You can be happy, you just gotta be grateful. Failure only leads to success, it's an angle. Feeling down, God is always there to help you handle. Failure to you just be messing your brains, taking your thoughts with energy to drain. Now you be sitting all up in a room, thinking about actions and all of your pain. Failure makes you wanna quit and do nothing that stings, absolutely nothing to gain. Now your life is so plain, you're going insane. Failure keeps locking you like a chain. Don't you give up. It's time to step up. It ain't easy when you grow up. It ain't easy when you grow up. Life sometimes hits me hard. Yes, sometimes I fall apart. When I feel down in the dark, I pray to God His rest to my heart. Your failure will make you mad. Things that you just wish you had. That don't mean life is pointless. Think about the things you had. I feel down sometimes, though, even know that I am blessed. Failure seems to get inside of me and make me feel so stressed. Sometimes I chase one thing and don't think about the rest. Sometimes I work for what I want, even though it's not the best. Failure was not meant to break you down, but just to help you work harder. Failure was not meant to discourage you, you still can be a good scholar. Failure was not meant to stop you, but just to help you get further, not a disorder, just like charger. Failure will always help you like a starter, huh? Don't give up. It's time to step up. It ain't easy when you grow up. It ain't easy when you grow up. Never let success get to your head. Never let failure get to your heart. Never let success get to your head. Never let failure get to your heart. Never let success get to your head. Never let failure get to your heart. Never let success get to your head. Never let failure get to your heart. Thank you.
Yay.
Yay, that was
really
excellent.
good. That was amazing.
Awesome,
Was
Father.
That was
beautiful.
a
Thank you.
successful
Was really
song.
beautiful, Father.
That was a successful song on Failure. failure.
Oh, yes.
And everyone out there just got a live preview of it.
Yeah. So you guys, if you want to see the whole
Father, how
video,
did you
please go.
compose this, Father? How did you really think of this lyrics? Have you like really had experiences of people coming and telling you how down they are, which is what made you think about the situation and you came up with such lyrics?
Yeah, first of all, it's about me, myself. That nobody has everything perfect. You also fall down, you have also failures.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
it's actually for me, okay? All the things I do actually is for me first. And then I want to share it. Love others as you love yourself. Okay, that is very important for me. And also this way of the cross, these three stations where Jesus falls down, that is so beautiful for me because he falls down, although he's God, but he gets up and he walks. That is something great, you know. So there is Easter after all this pain and struggles. That gives me a lot of joy to be a Christian. And yeah, and many people also share about their lives, and it's one way to just a small drop in the ocean to spread some love and peace and encouragement.
Father, did you learn guitar on your own?
I began to play guitar on my own. I played it at least for 15 years, but now it's about 6 years that I'm studying in a music university, a conservatory here. So I play classical guitar, and I also sing and play guitar. Yeah.
Father, you came Tamil Nadu
Yeah,
before any
I've
time
come.
you
Yeah.
visited?
Pardon?
Yeah?
Yeah,
Which
I've
area?
come. Chennai.
Chennai
We
you
have a
came.
Franciscan friary there in Madhavaram.
Father, you know any other languages? Like how many languages you know?
So
Because
my
you
mother
travel
tongue is,
many places.
yeah, my mother tongue is Kannada. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So I speak Kannada, I speak English, I speak Hindi. I can understand Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, and now I speak German.
Oh,
German is like
nice.
now going to be my mother tongue because that's the. I'm struggling to speak English. You know, words are coming. I'm translating and put it across in English. Yeah.
So, since you said now German is becoming your mother tongue, and so we have seen a lot of videos on by Franciscan priests. Like recently, there was a trending video about a Franciscan priest doing TikTok videos, and and a lot of things going, yeah, with a kind of a sign and all. And we have Shiva out here. He's the TikToker, and we know that
Hey.
you're on TikTok as well, but I think you're on TikTok. There's a handle on your name, but or if not,
Not
there's a
bad.
handle.
Huh? Everything is done.
Only I am following you, Father. Only I
We
am
have only
following
one
you.
follower.
One follower.
Yeah.
Better than zero. Yeah, I wanted to do TikTok, but it's too much for me to do YouTube, Instagram. It is because I have to be part of my activities in the friary, like get up morning, go to prayer, mass, then again afternoon prayer, evening prayer, then here and there help out in the churches. So I take some time here and there and some sleepless nights and put out some videos. So TikTok, I am still not getting the inspiration to do. But I think I should start just posting in TikTok too.
So I'll tell you what, Father. Your first video, since we are the first one to follow, your first video should be with us, and your first ever and because we have a professional TikToker in our house, and that's Shiva, and he's 24 hours. So I think your first video, whatever it goes out, you can do it collaboration with us, and you can drop in your first video.
That
What
will
do you
be
think
good.
about that?
And now World Dance Crew is giving me inspiration to do TikTok.
Yes, Father.
Good.
So coming back to that same point about Franciscan, the order itself. So how was it in terms of the order in terms that the liberty which it gives you guys to expand your to go into, because the Franciscan priests are known as a lot of charity serving and a lot of serving people, and then to generating into this order, this kind of genre of things. So doesn't it hold in like something like doesn't it hold you back like some kind of, if there are some people watching us live who want to join and become priests uh, later on. So yeah, so is there something like, because whenever
Yeah.
it comes to for becoming a priest, it's like, oh sorry, there are a lot of rules and restrictions. Let's not get there. So is there, what about Franciscan order? So what have you to say about that?
See, actually, there will be rules and regulations everywhere. Even in your family, there are unsaid rules and regulations, okay? And we follow them. But we as a community, when we live together like 20 people, you need some rules and regulations, and they are very beautiful actually. So I don't find them as a constraint. I do them as, you cannot just break up and change everything once. You need tradition and you need change also. So two should go together and merge. That time I think the church will be open and it will grow. If it keeps only to tradition or too much of change, it doesn't work. That's what. Yeah.
Okay.
So as a Franciscan, I'm trying to break the stereotypes, because there is no other priest, I think, who's like a musician, rapper, or doing something. There are some priests who are only doing that and this, some great. But as a Franciscan, in my Franciscan order, there's not many people, can we say. There are one or two YouTubers also. But the point is, I do all my activities as a priest, and I'm sharing this to young people because you know the world today, right? You see how
Yeah.
much of your screen time you have spent on your mobile phones. You're spending a lot of time on your mobile phones. It's the truth. Even I spend so much time on my mobile phone. So I'm trying, okay, to spread this message to at least virtual, to people whom I meet, to people whom I cannot meet in the world. Answer the
Okay.
question?
Yeah. So, because people are very scared to become a priest and stuff like that.
Especially the
Like, okay,
youngsters.
they're like,
Did you all see the
unnecessary.
video of Funny Friar?
Yes, we saw that.
Yes.
Yeah, please see that video. It's actually meant for vocation promotion. I actually make myself very funny. I make myself a clown, but there is a message behind it why I do that. There are some places it just comes. Why? What is the purpose of my cord? I wear a cord, right?
You wrote the
Yeah.
points, sir.
Yeah, this cord. This is for poverty, chastity, and obedience. 3 knots. Yeah. So these things come in this video, and also there's a link to joining the Franciscans also. And actually, to join the Franciscans, I'm really happy. I'm not a sad person because I became a priest. Oh, I don't have a wife. I don't have a family. It's okay. I have a bigger family. And I'm also busy. It's human, but I'm doing something other things. Okay. So, and I'm a really happy being in the order, being a Franciscan. There's such a lot of joy in that, and I'm able to do spiritual life, musical life, and able to develop myself and share it with the world. So don't be afraid if anybody's seeing this video, any youngster. Don't think a religious life is boring. It is in your hands. Even your life also could be boring. Every life could be boring. Yeah, there are set of rules we need to follow. Get up in the morning, go in the night to sleep, work in the day. Otherwise, we will not be able to survive. In these set of rules, we need to learn to be happy with what we are given. So people are thinking, are you really a priest? Sometimes, yeah, they ask me, am I really a priest because I'm smiling? What do you answer to such people?
Oh.
Or I wanted to do a video on happiness, Christian happiness. I went on Google and I searched uh, happy Christians. Nothing to be found. There are only Christians with long face, sad face. There are some pictures of Jesus laughing Jesus, but no people to see and really find articles to say, okay, Christians are happy. That's what is missing in the church, I feel. So I don't want to convince anybody, but I'm enjoying my life. Let me be, and I'm enjoying my life as a priest and a Franciscan.
That's nice, Father. Father, we know that you're learning guitar now. So could you play some for us now?
Probably I'll sing a song or something for you. I'll play will be
Sure.
difficult without warming up.
Okay.
Okay.
I know we have just caught you off
So,
guard.
this is my wife. Let me introduce
Wife,
my wife.
wow.
Oh.
What's her name, Father?
Divina.
Divina.
Beautiful.
She does have a name, Divina.
I can feel your presence in my life. I know you are always near. You understand me more than I could ever know. I can feel your presence in my life. You go before me, yet you always lead me on. You guide me with your gentle hand. I know my movements when I sit and when I stand. I know you were always near. I can feel your presence in my life. I know you are always near. You understand me more than I could ever know. I can feel your presence in my life. We'll ride a journey to the highest mountain top. Sail to the limits of the sea. I never would escape your presence and your love. I know you were always near. I can feel your presence in my life. I know you are always near. You understand me more than I could ever know. I can feel your presence in my life. I can feel your presence in my life.
So,
That was
Father, that
beautiful.
song was about your presence in my life, correct? Right?
I'm 134. Yeah.
Yes, presence in
Yes.
my life. Beautiful.
So on that note, we are going into the second half of this conversation, and we are bringing it down to the surprise. And since you said in this, and it's beautifully actually this surprise, we didn't know where to place it, but somehow it's just popped in, and it's very beautifully tailored, where it ended with the thing that your presence in my life. So for all those who are joining us and who are watching this live, So there's something we had when we approached you initially. Just a small thing about this. When we approached you initially, we didn't. We just approached. Okay, we saw a Franciscan priest who's doing videos and stuff. We did view all the videos and like, okay, we got to talk to this guy. We got to see what's he up to, what's he doing, and all that thing. And we already, we discussed and we said, okay, we're going to have a meeting on 1st of May and this, timing everything planned. And so there's something which I will show you in a while. So just 4 days back, in my memories, in Facebook memories and stuff, I joined. So I've been doing this ministry for almost 12 to 11 years back. Before that, I hated the youth. Okay, I hated any youth group. I hated any youth group. And now there'll be an image. I don't know. Are you having a share screen? Okay. So Anushka is
Yes,
going to
I
be
do.
sharing one image, and we just want to ask you, Father, do you remember this?
Okay, it's coming right now.
Yeah, do you remember this image?
Hey!
And
This
one more.
one.
Do you remember this?
Hey! How did you all
Okay.
get
And
this?
now, coming back.
Wait one
So
second.
now, Anushka, bring in.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Okay, so these two images we found out, okay, in my memories, okay, somehow,
What?
where this is 2009, 2009,
2009,
okay,
April 25th.
yeah, yep, and it just came
Wow.
back to 2 days back. And now, before
Now
that,
we have
welcome to you. We have some people to say hello to you, and here they are. So guys, say hello.
Hi, Father.
Hello.
I don't know if you remember us still.
Hey!
Hello, Father. How are you?
How are you? Hey!
I'm fine, Father.
How
Nice
you
to
guys
see you.
doing? Same here.
So for all those, so for all
Lagori,
those,
Lagori.
so for all those who are joining in, so let, so 11 years back, I joined Infant Jesus Youth back in Bangalore, and that was Father Sandesh Manuel's ordination was the first ever ordination I attended in my whole life, and and that
Wow.
time Rio was the president for IJY that time, and whatever I learned in the youth groups was because of IJY, and we have two of the uh, pioneers of Infant Jesus Youth back then, and
Pioneers?
and was the and
Maybe and I
father
laughing
was
in calling it pioneers.
father was the deacon and the brother out there, and we were there for the ordination. I still remember eating a lot of food because at his ordination, that was the biggest plate I saw in my life. Normally, the plates were this much, and that I was like, the plate was this big for dinner. And here we have Rio and Edward from Bangalore all the way. So Rio and Edward, go ahead. This is Father Sunday.
Father,
First
first
of
of
all,
all, it's so good to see you. I mean, Meldick showed us the video, and trust me, we're really overwhelmed from someone who we've always seen as being so strict in every time we saw in church premises to have this really cool swag with the cassock on and rapping. I mean, truly, Father, it's a blessing to see you like this.
Same. I had a lovely time, I should say, 6 months in Infant Jesus Church. I was a deacon there. These guys are really interesting and very musically talented. They kept me alive there. Eddie,
hello, Father. How are you? Great to
good
see you
man.
after a long time. I
Yeah.
know it's a really good opportunity for us to meet. I mean, thanks, Melrick, again for having us also on this call. I don't know when was the last time I saw you. I think before my wedding. I'm not sure.
I wanted to come
But,
for your wedding, man. You remember you wrote to me.
yeah, I did. I know you were very busy back then, and
I
yeah,
was
it's
here,
great.
that's why.
Yes, Father. Yeah. So it's good to see that you're still carrying on the music legacy in whatever that we do. I mean, I'm sure you remember us practicing our guitars right from the beginning, learning in church. And I think most of us are musically talented because of you guys and, the encouragement and basically motivating us to take up the Sunday morning choir. And, it's great to finally meet you after a long, long time and to see that you're still doing great as always. And keep doing whatever you're doing, Father. We are all here, behind you and always love seeing what you're doing. So that's amazing.
Thank you so much. Regards to everybody, okay? From the youth group. If you need
Will
that, your brother, your wife, everybody.
Yes, Father. I know right now we are all locked up at home, but yeah, definitely once we are all at least allowed to meet each other, we definitely discuss. I think this thing has brought us all together. Even the lockdown, the youth is now kind of talking more than we usually did, the old guys. And that's good. I mean, it's a good opportunity to sync up with them and see what's happening in their life. And it's been so many years since we've actually even met. So
Wow.
it's great. It's great that we are all in touch again, and let's keep it this way. Yeah.
Wow. Very good. Very good. Hey,
Nice
thank
to
you
see
for
you.
the lovely surprise, man. That was super surprise.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it just somehow turned out to fall into place like a circle of life. I was just talking to Rio the other day and I was telling him that, is this the same guy? Is this same? Is it matching the poster?
I had more hair, man, that time.
But Father, let me tell you one thing about Melrick. Though a lot of things started for Melrick from your ordination, because his parents used to keep complaining that he never ate. But the moment he saw the food at your ordination, I think that's when his appetite built. And thanks to your ordination, he is where he is today, and what he is today.
I'll tell my family. Actually, because you're speaking about the food and we are speaking about the vocations, I was the first one from the parish, from the whole of Bangalore, from 12 million people to become a Franciscan. So that's why the parish took it as a kind of a real joy to make that a big feast. That was the thing.
And
Yeah.
Melrick did feast well on your ordination. Let me just put that again.
Yeah, because that was the like all Steve and Vivian and all Derek, all those guys were like giving. That was my first time, so I'm normally used to eating. I just came for the first time. I just joined on Palm Sunday, the youth IJY, and then I'm used to eating in a plate this size. And then I was like, okay, this is the size of the plate here. And I remember eating from other people like Vivian and Steven and all those guys, and even Rio's plate just for that. Just for things. So carrying on from there, Rio, Eddie, you guys have worked with that time Deacon Sandesh Manuel and now. So what was any fond memories you guys had or something? Any funny incidents and stuff?
I'm not the musically inclined one. Eddie is, because he was
You were the
playing the guitar.
president. You were the president that time.
Yeah.
So,
So what I would definitely remember about Father, of course, he was amazing with playing and singing. It sounded very natural, and it would come very natural to him. And sometimes I just wonder, why is he not our choir master? I mean, things like that. But then, things were the way they had to be. But he was always poised. He was very calm. But Father, there's always one complaint I've had. I'm glad I got this opportunity. You seemed a little angry for some reason every time we came up to you to ask for a song, though.
Me? Eddie?
I think Father was just angry with you, Rio.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Those days I was a deacon, and whenever I came to Mass, because those days we need to prepare our sermons well, and we wrote down word to word and we by-hearted our sermons. Probably I had the tension of delivering it or around in the church premises, but you know me. Yeah.
I remember it was Father Balraj and Father Devdas, I think. Yeah. Father Balraj was there that time, if I'm not
I think Father Balraj, yeah.
And for those who don't know,
youth group is, by speaking to you all, I think others should not get bored. We're speaking about our memories. I think it's important that we know that a youth group is very important. In a church, a family is very important. Church is a family, but especially the youth is kind of the hot blood of the church, because they keep it moving, they have the energy. They have, because it's the age. Everybody was a youth in their life. So this binding is very important, I believe. Especially in India, it's better, but in Europe, it is very, very less. So you guys are kind of an example. Very good. Bravo.
But Father, I must say, I was watching FaceTime as well. You mentioned how you want to go ahead and talk about something. I mean, honest to God, many of the religious people fall, which I think you have taken a stand to take it forward. So for all of that, I mean, I don't have to say it in words. Words definitely fall short to what you're doing, especially in terms of the hood. There's
But
a
you
hat
told
and all
about
the
this hat, okay? It's not a big story. I went to church one day, and the sacristan, who is also a brother of me, Franciscan, he got this hat, and he wanted to throw this hat in the dustbin. Then I said, see, today afternoon I'm going to do a video in Vienna. Please give me this. It's quite hot. And then he gave me this hat. And from that time, I did a group with this Russian dance group. There's a video, Humbalisu, that is a German and a Kannada song. And they started to call me the Pokemon priest. So, and also, if you do YouTube videos, you will know that you need a logo. And you need something to stand on. My habit was not. So this is kind of a combination between tradition and little or open for change.
Oh, there were videos of you having a hammer and knife and apple in your hoodie. That was really funny.
Yeah. So I was trying to explain about my habit. Then you come to think about, okay, why is he wearing this dress? Or, okay, as I said, when people look at this habit and look at a priest, they kind of shut off. Okay, that is their life. I don't want to do anything with them, especially people who are not in contact with the church. But they see a funny priest. I make myself funny, although I'm not. And they become curious. I'm kind of the first step where they take a little bit initiative. Okay, it's not too bad as we think and hear in the media.
Father, now that you get to speak to Eddie, will there be a collaboration with you and Eddie when you come down to Bangalore?
I would love to. I'd love to. With your team, especially Lagori, we could do a video. I'm ready.
Surely, Father.
So down to them.
Yeah,
I was already
definitely.
thinking or asking, Eddie.
Definitely, Father. You don't need to ask me. Whenever you're here, yeah.
Yeah.
So Eddie, where's your wife?
She's gone to sleep. Yeah. So it's 12:15 here. Yeah. She passed out long back. So I was just sitting up and watching TV. Yeah.
Okay. So Eddie, since Rio said that you're the more musically inclined, so any memories you have with?
Definitely. I mean, for me, most of the times, I actually was not a person who used to interact a lot with the brothers or the priests, because I'm not that kind of a person who has a lot to talk to them, like Jeffrey, or I like how other people were. But I usually used to talk to a lot of the brothers who came to encourage us to grow musically. I mean, because I used to play guitar for the choir, it was always nice to listen to the brothers who came there, because they had these really new songs which were not the traditional stuff that we used to sing at church. So most often we were singing the same old hymns for so many years. And then when brothers or deacons used to come to mentor us, they used to teach us these new hymns, which they used to sometimes write by themselves at the seminary. And, those were nice because there was a lot of different chord work, and there was a lot of different structures. The harmonies were different, and the tunes were totally different. And I feel that's how, as individuals within the choir group, because we tend to learn songs which were not part of the Joyful Lips, that one book that we had.
Joyful Lips, Blue Book,
yeah, the Blue Book. So those were the monotonous songs that we were singing, and we started singing these new songs that the priests and brothers taught us. And after every mass, the parishioners used to ask us, from where are you guys learning these songs? I mean, they're such good songs, and who's teaching you all this? So for us, it was a great learning from all the priests, especially those who taught us musically. I think at once upon a time, our choir was one of the best in Bangalore. So, I mean, it's because of what we learned and the practice we used to put in. I mean, I used to tell Jeff that the amount of practice we put in on Saturdays, in the evenings, 2 hours, yes. Sunday morning before Mass, we used to meet at 5:30. And even after Mass, we used to practice. I mean, the dedication was mind-blowing. I don't think any of us are that dedicated as we were back then. And that is something that we learned from all of y'all. And it's something that, that we guys still do. So I still practice, and that's one thing I've learned from brother. So thank you so much for being an inspiration and for teaching us, musically, and more than that, how to be disciplined in what we do. And we are using those skills not only when we were young, but we are continuing to use it as life goes on, and teach other people how to do things what we learned from you guys. So thank you so much.
It's our life. Eddie, I just want to mention, because you mentioned about this learning from the brothers.
Yeah.
If you just go to the internet and type in Raghu Dikshit, he's a big known singer right now. And in his CD, he writes that the first chord he learned was from a Capuchin priest. Yeah, he used to go to the seminary and practice with them, and they taught him. And he's still indebted to them. It's such a nice thing to hear. Yeah, this thing in between was lost, I feel, somewhere.
Yeah.
So I want to recover that and bring this contact with priests and brothers with the youth, because it's not, you close the convent gate or close the gate and no, or not open, but it's both should merge together. Then I think things will grow up.
Yeah, definitely, Father. I mean, learning from priests is something that, what I would say is, yet you all have a very different insight into what exactly is the right way to do things. I mean, I know youngsters are very, creative, innovative, and they come up with new stuff. Like I see even Melrick's dance videos and things. It's something new that we never used to do. But working along with a priest or a brother is something that, which gives you, the person who gives you the direction to do what is actually creative. Like we may have the ideas, but we will not know how to execute it in the right way. And that is where, priests and deacons, brothers, play a very important role. Especially when we were in a youth, we didn't know what was right, what was wrong. Sometimes we used to think like, okay, doing this is right, but then eventually we come to know that that's not the right way to do it. I mean, the intention is there, but the execution is not there. And that's something that we learned from all the brothers, and we had some really good brothers who came and helped us out during our time there, and that's great.
Nice to hear that.
Yeah, like as animators, as whatever counselors, trainers, whatever roles that you all had reprised at IJY, I think we owe a lot to that, with respect to having the group to be together and keep us under one banner, under one umbrella. So got to give it up to all of you all, Father.
For all the people who are watching on Facebook Live also, see, this is an example that youth groups actually, people are cherishing, they are happy they belong to a youth group because they learn something. Sometimes you don't like it, but you learn discipline in church, because the church, it moves you to be a little bit disciplined. I think it is some things we don't get like that, these things in the outside world. So, and youth group is cool, yeah.
But Father, before we part, something on the lines of the youth group, like how you mentioned that all of us cherish our times from our youth days, and I'm sure Eddie and I think alike. Of course, from the times that I do give a whole lot of credit to you to where I am today, whether being a public speaker, RJ, whatever, or even Eddie for the matter of fact with his music. And what hurts us today is to see a lot of youth groups, disintegrated. They've lost their flow, they've gone their own ways, and some youth groups don't even exist. Like, for example, like there was a group, I think Ascension Church, which were pretty strong, very good talent and all of that, but they don't exist anymore. But of course, it's been 10 years since we've seen, I would say our generation at least, we're like the transition generation from getting into church to the transition to getting out, and the next generation continues from where we left off, basically staying away from the church. Do you think there could be something that could be done, Father, like to indulge more of the youth into the church, especially in India?
Yeah, it's a big challenge for the church itself, because there are these youth trainees who come together for a meeting. I was also once part of it, and I find it very difficult, because to keep the youth occupied, to keep them really motivated, to give this adrenaline rush, we need good music, we need a good community, but somewhere down the lane, some churches have it, some churches do not have it, some don't have the encouragement, some sustain on themselves. But I think it is your love to Jesus, and it is your love to this community that you come, and that will hold you on. And it's also like a vocation of being in the youth group. Everything is a vocation. To be a Franciscan, to be a family person, to be in the youth group, that's also vocation. I think we need to pray for that more, and probably things will open up. Yeah.
Thank you, Father. We hope the same too.
So on that note, Father, I hope you like the surprise. And
Thank you.
yeah, it's actually my journey has started through your ordination. So it's a kind of a circle of life kind of a thing. And I'm happy that you joined us for this interactive live session. It is your first Facebook live session as well. And happy and congratulations on the new release of the song as well today, Failure. So more success to the Failure song. And till then, so till then, Father, we would like you to end with the final blessing and prayer.
I want to do
Prayer
that.
for us.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Amen.
Lord, Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day that you've given us, Lord. Every day is a new day, and every day is a blessing that you shower upon us. We take it as obvious that we get up every day, we have our meal, we are able to walk, we are able to speak, we are able to see. But I think we need to be thankful and say, you are the giver of life, and without you, I think small little things that we notice during this quarantine time are so precious to us. Thank you for this beautiful time of sharing and exchanging ideas and thoughts and getting back memories. And bless every member who has been part of this group, who has been part of this live session. We are on a journey trying to spread peace and love. May you give us the courage to go forward. Bless each and every member, give them good health of mind and body, and bless them and their families. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy
Thy
kingdom
kingdom
come,
come.
thy will be
Thy will
done.
be done.
Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. The
Amen.
Lord be with you,
And
and may Almighty God bless us, Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
God bless you.
Amen.
Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father, for joining
Thank you,
us.
Father.
Thank you, Rio and Eddie,
thanks,
for joining
man.
us all the way
Thank
from
you.
Bangalore.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
it's great to have you guys, and I hope to see you guys soon in Bangalore and Vienna as well. And for all those who joined us on Facebook Live, thank you for joining us. Please go watch the video. Please
Yeah,
press like,
exactly. As every YouTuber says, please subscribe and share.
like, share,
We
and
will.
subscribe.
Sure, Father.
Nice speaking to you all, each and everybody. Okay, God bless you, and
Amen.
remain, even in your times of trouble, don't give up the smile. It's important. God bless you.
And
Yeah.
Father, your first TikTok video is going to be with us. Don't
Yeah.
forget about
Yes,
that.
Father.
Nice.
Okay, so from all of us, thank you, and God bless. See you guys for on the next live session. Till then, bye bye.
Bye, Father.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye, Father.
Bye,
Take care.
Father.
Bye, Father.
Bye bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Father.